Hello, all my dear students. Welcome once again to my official YouTube channel Biology at Your Fingers. I am Ajay, welcoming you to all once again to my channel. And today I am here with a very important topic, that is what? Extra embryonic membrane. Up till now we have discussed about the gastrulation process as well as the fate of all three germ layers. And today I am just ready here with a new topic, that is what? Extra embryonic membrane. So let's quickly start the topic. Actually, extra embryonic membranes, these are also known as fetal membrane. This is first one, fetal membrane, or these are also known as embryonic sac. And actually, what are the extra embryonic membrane? These are the additional membrane. These are the additional membrane outside the embryo, and these are made up of embryonal tissues. 3 points. These are the additional membrane made up of embryonal tissues and they lie outside the embryo. They are also known as fetal membrane as well as embryonic sac. So up till now these three important points, they are also known as fetal membrane or embryonic sac. They are additional membrane for the purpose of we can say that protection as well as gaseous exchange as well as certain other things we will discuss later on, and they are made up of embryonal tissue location outside the embryo. So I hope you will able to get all those. And there are four extra embryonic membrane, and one more important thing is here. This line is very important. I am going to discuss. Actually, extra embryonic membrane formed of embryonal tissue outside the embryo, and these are found in the eggs of amniotes. Found in the eggs of amniotes. Actually, what are amniotes? We can take the example of reptiles. We can take the example of reptiles. We can also take the example of mammals. So mammals and reptiles are termed as amniotes. So these were all about that. There are four membranes. The first membrane is known as amnion. This was the membrane number 1. This will be 2. This will be 3. And this will be 4. So there are four extra embryonic membrane. The first one is amnion. The second one is chorion. The third one is yolk sac. And the fourth one is allantois. So all these are the four extra embryonic membrane. The first amnion, chorion, yolk sac and allantois. These lie outside the embryo and made up of embryonal tissues. Characteristics feature of amniotes. We can take the example of reptiles. We can take the example of mammals also, as well as we can also take the example of here birds. We can take the example of birds. We can just mention here birds, mammals and reptiles. So here is the whole diagram. So let's consider this is what? Embryo. This one is just what? Embryo I have just made already here. This one is just what? This one is embryo, we can write here. और जैसा कि हमने बताया कि जो सभी लेयर्स होती हैं आउटसाइड द एम्ब्रियो होती हैं, ध्यान देने वाली बात है यहाँ से देखिए, दिस sac like structure, this is a sac like structure. This sac like structure is known as yolk sac. This sac like structure is known as yolk sac. Again there is a tube like structure and this structure is known as allantois. So these are the two membranes. This one is yolk sac, this one is allantois, and they are just simply outside the embryo. And the third one, that is this one, this layer I have already mentioned. This one is just known as what? Amnion, and this is just filled with amniotic fluid. This amnion, and this one is known as amniotic cavity और बेटा ये जो एमनियोटिक कैविटी होती है इसमें एमनियोटिक फ्लूइड होता है और उस एमनियोटिक फ्लूइड में एमनियोटिक सेल्स होती हैं और एक टेक्निक आपने सुना होगा एमनियोसेंटेसिस। उसमें हम क्या करते हैं, फीटल डिसऑर्डर को डिटेक्ट करते हैं। उस फीटल डिसऑर्डर को डिटेक्ट करने के लिए, एमनियोसेंटेसिस के लिए, इसी फ्लूइड को हम बाहर ले जाते हैं और फिर जो सेल्स हैं, जो यहाँ पे एमनियोटिक सेल्स हैं, उनको कल्चर करके हम पता करते हैं कि कोई डिफेक्ट है कि नहीं है। सो दिस वन amnion filled with amniotic fluid, and amniotic fluid contains amniotic cells, and whole structure, this whole structure is just covered with chorion. So this is the outermost and this covers whole structure, and this chorion having also chorionic villi. This is what chorionic villi. So this was all about extra embryonic membrane 4, and by means of diagram we will just explain here. Let's quickly recap. This is the embryo, this sac-like structure yolk sac, this is the layer number 2 allantois, and this structure is covered by means of amnion. Amnion is filled with amniotic fluid. Amniotic fluid is filled in the amniotic cavity, and during a technique that is known as amniocentesis, this fluid is just taken out, and due to that fluid in which there is presence of amniotic cells, and by means of culturing those amniotic cells we will able to find out the fetal disorder, and this whole structure is covered by means of chorion. So we are going to discuss the function of each. You can take the screenshot. So let's study the function of the first one, is that is amnion. Amnion, as we discussed, this act as private aquarium. This is very important. This act as private aquarium. What is the meaning of private aquarium? Actually, as we discussed, and we can take the and filled with amniotic fluid. Filled with amniotic fluid. अब यहाँ पे आपको बताता हूँ, amnion act as private aquarium. Why this act as private aquarium? Because in this amniotic fluid is filled, and that amniotic fluid is going to help the developing embryo or fetus to easily swim in that, and it also prevent the embryo or fetus from mechanical shock and act as insulator. So act as private aquarium and filled with amniotic fluid that contains amniotic cells which culture to find out fetal disorders. मैं आपको पहले भी बता चुका हूं कि एमनियन के पास एमनियोटिक कैविटी है, एमनियोटिक कैविटी में एमनियोटिक फ्लूइड भरा हुआ है, एमनियोटिक फ्लूइड में एमनियोटिक सेल्स हैं। उस फ्लूइड को हम बाहर लाते हैं, सेल्स को कल्चर करके हम पता कर सकते हैं कि एम्ब्रियो में कोई डिफेक्ट है कि नहीं है। दूसरा, एक्ट एज शॉक एब्जॉर्बर. दिस इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट लाइन. एक्ट एज शॉक एब्जॉर्बर and insulating layer. Yes, these two lines are very important. यानी जो एमनियन होता है ये शॉक एब्जॉर्बर है, जो लिक्विड भरा हुआ है उसकी वजह से जो फीटस अंदर डेवलप कर रहा है उसमें शॉक नहीं लगता है, और ये इंसुलेटिंग प्रॉपर्टी भी रखता है। अब हम डिस्कस करेंगे दूसरी लेयर जो है हमारी कोरियन. Now we all set to study about. अभी तक हमने आपको बताया था कि ये क्या करती है, होल एम्ब्रियो को सराउंड करती है। तो पहले आप ये जानिए, also known as serosa. This is very important line. This is also known as serosa, and outermost layer surrounds whole embryo. यानी जो कोरियन होती है इसको हम सीरोसा भी कहते हैं, और ये आउटर मोस्ट लेयर होती है जो पूरे एम्ब्रियो को सराउंड करती है, जैसा कि अभी हमने डायग्राम में आपको बताया था। दिस develops from trophoblast. This is also important. Actually, all extraembryonic membrane develop from trophoblast. So this what develop from trophoblast. We will write here clear cut. Develops from trophoblast, and this also forms simply. This forms just what forms fetal portion of placenta. This line is also important. Forms fetal portion of placenta and help in gaseous exchange. Help in gaseous exchange. So this was all about these two layers. These are the amnion. This act as private aquarium. This is shock absorber as well as insulating property. This layer just outermost covers whole fetus, or we can say that embryo, and this also help in gaseous exchange by means of forming the fetal portion of placenta. So now we all set to study about the third and fourth layer. Now the third layer, that is yolk sac. This store nutrients in animals like chicken. This is simply, in the case of human being, is not well developed. Why? Because we have placenta for the nutrient purpose. So this is going to store the nutrients in animals. Those have cleidoic egg. Cleidoic egg means that self-sufficient yolk contained for the nutrition. So we store nutrient in animals like chicken, and in human being modified to form part of umbilical cord. This is very, very important. Actually, in the case of human being, this is going to modify, and after modifying, this will form umbilical cord. And umbilical cord is a structure, as you know, that is going to just provide the connection between placenta and mother's body as well as to the fetus. यानी fetus और mother's body को प्लासेंटा से कनेक्ट करने का काम किसका है? अम्बिलिकल कॉर्ड का है. अम्बिलिकल कॉर्ड कैसे बनता है? मॉडिफाई होने के बाद किसके? यॉक सैक. यानी यॉक सैक जब मॉडिफाई होगा तो ये अम्बिलिकल कॉर्ड के पार्ट को बनाने का काम करेगा. So this was all about the third layer, and now we all set to study about the fourth layer, that is what? Allantois. The layer number 4, that is allantois. Actually, allantois, this is the last layer. Last layer develops around 4th to 5th week. This is the last layer developed around 4th to 5th week of the pregnancy, and this is also help in nutrition, gaseous exchange, as well as excretion. So allantois is going to help in nutrition, gaseous exchange, as well as excretion, and this develops around 4th to 5th week of the embryonic development. So this was all about the allantois, and also that this is very, very important, and contribute arteries and veins, or we can say that contribute or constitute. यानी ये क्या करती है? आर्टरीज और वेन्स को आगे बढ़ाने का काम भी करती है. कौन? allantois. So this was all about the extra embryonic membrane. So in the next video we will discuss about the placenta, its structure and function. So that is all about for today. Thank you for joining us. Have a nice day and keep smiling.